Hey guys, welcome back to some more F1 2018 and part 18 of our Mercedes career mode. And as you can see, I bring huge news from Coda. Qualifying 2, it was one of those wet sessions where if you went out on intermediates at the start, you were really slow, but then you didn't have enough time to get onto the wets later on. So I spent 3-4 laps on the intermediates trying to get faster, managed to get up to about 13th, changed the wet tyres, made up loads of time, but could only get to 11th. We were 10th off getting into Q3, but Lewis Hamilton, you can see, is out as well, down in 15th place. He couldn't get a lap together at all. So absolutely crazy scenes here at Coda, and it could have huge ramifications for the championship, because we're only 7 points behind Lewis. If we outscore him by 8 in this Grand Prix, we'll be leading the championship. That is absolutely crazy, but knowing my luck, Lewis Hamilton will make his way through the field and win the Grand Prix.
What fantastic enthusiasm we have for Formula One here in the United States of America. And it's an enthusiasm born from generations of memorable Grand Prix racing. Bruce McLaren took his maiden victory at Sebring way back in 1959, and John Watson's 1983 victory at Long Beach, well, that still holds the record for the lowest ever starting position for a race winner. We're racing today then in Travis County, Texas, around the 20 corners of the wonderful Circuit of the Americas. We'll be reaching speeds of around 200 miles an hour, and there are plenty of good opportunities to pass, especially through the 2 DRS zones into turn 1 and the very long back straight into turn 12. A warm welcome to Anthony Davidson, who's beside me in the commentary box today. Let's talk about the captain. They're starting towards the back of the field today in a car that is fast, so they'll be disappointed, won't they?
They'll have a sinking feeling as they look up from the cockpit and realise they're in a different postcode to the start line for sure. But the one positive they can hold on to is that the car is quick and they can make their way through the field.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he starts from pole position. And starting alongside is Fernando Alonso. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Räikkönen. They've taken a grid penalty. Kevin Magnussen and Ricciardo. Grosjean, the captain, Vettel and Nico Hülkenberg. Leclerc, Perez, Pierre Gasly and Hamilton. Van Dorn, Hartley, Marcus Ericsson and Sergei Sorokin. Ocon and Lance Stroll rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Okay, you can brake late into 1 because of the incline. It's a slow corner though, so make sure you stay out of trouble. Good luck.
So here we are down on the grid, and as you can see, we start in 8th place today, which I think is brilliant. You know, we've really benefited from the grid penalties for other drivers, and no, I think we can be really pleased with that. We are looking at perhaps starting on the super soft tyres today, simply because it gives us the option to go a bit further into the race. So we'll select that strategy. It doesn't look like it's changed us so weirdly. I'm hoping that's sorted it. But yeah, who cares anyway. Yeah, let's get into the Grand Prix. Yeah, we are on the right tyres, so that's good. We are starting fairly low down the grid, you know, for where we should be. Fernando Alonso in 2nd on the grid after grid penalties.
To stay in formation and start bringing the car up to temperature, please. Get some load into the tyres and work the brakes. We want them nice and warm by the end of the lap.
Which is absolutely great, you have to say. For Fernando to be that far up the field is wonderful to see in Formula One. I don't know how long he'll manage to stay there, but this is a great opportunity. Hamilton starting down in 14th, he didn't quite benefit from the penalties the way we did, and you know, that could be crucial, because we were starting 3 places ahead of him. Now we're starting 6 places ahead of him, and already if we finish how we are, there would be 1 point in the championship going into the final 3 Grand Prix of the season. So yeah, I'm really looking forward. No, sorry, there would be 3 points, because we'd be on 4 points from this Grand Prix. But no, it's certainly going to be interesting. We've got the Renault up in 3rd as well. Obviously Hülkenberg has had a couple of podiums this season. I think it's Sainz up in P3 though today. Verstappen starting on pole, benefiting from penalties for Räikkönen and Ricciardo. So yeah, this is going to be great. This is going to be absolutely brilliant. What a crazy grid to start off with. And you move this on to overtake for the first couple of laps. Hopefully we'll be able to get off to a good start and get onto the podium. You know, that is the target today. We're reforming the grid now. I'm going to line up directly behind Daniel Ricciardo in the Red Bull. So here we go.
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid has formed. Be ready with the clutch.
Lights out, away we go here at the Circuit of Americas. We've got off to a fairly poor start. Vettel jumped us off the line, and then a Renault going down our inside. But we've managed to make a couple of positions into the first turn. That's not too bad for us. To be honest, we're going to go down the inside of Räikkönen. So we're up to 5th now, and just behind Nico Hülkenberg in the Renault. So we're just going to have to take it nice and easy. That's probably the perfect start. Up to 5th in this Grand Prix. Made up 3 positions at the start. That's probably the best we've done all season, to be perfectly honest with you. And now we've got 3 slower cars ahead of us. This could turn into a really, really good Grand Prix for us if we can hold it together, keep these tyres in good shape, and it just gives us the option late in the Grand Prix to be on the best possible tyres. Well, I think the Renault's out the race. What happened to Hülkenberg? I just seen him on the map go yellow. Or the yellow flags come out and he really slowed down. I don't know. Is Hülkenberg out? I think he's out. Hülkenberg is out of the Grand Prix, or he's got a puncture or something, but that really helps us out, because now we don't have to worry about the DRS this lap at least, and we can focus on closing down his teammate Carlos Sainz, who's having a look at his compatriot Fernando Alonso, the guy he's replacing in Formula 1 next year. Goes down the inside, and that is an intense battle up ahead. Sainz and Alonso. Alonso's still down the inside here. He's still ahead for now, but all this battling for those two are allowing me to catch up, and it'll surely mean one of them is going to end up without a podium in this Grand Prix. See the downforce we have on this car. I thought he said Verstappen's out the race there.
The stewards will give you a penalty.
That was a pretty bad corner cut, admittedly.
We're only a second away from the car ahead.
So safety car's out. And we're going to come in on this lap.
Speed or delta is too low and we'll risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
I don't know why the safety car's come out, but it has done. Come on. We're in the pits now. So here we go. We are in, and hopefully we'll be out again in the lead of the Grand Prix. Come on, go. There we go. Ah, the Red Bulls got out in front. That's annoying. I don't know how that happened. We were held up by Magnussen. Apparently he wasn't. So the safety car is out. We're on better tyres. Hamilton is in 7th, so he's a couple of places behind us. But all of the field is going to be bunched up. I'm thinking some of the people that went through might be on super soft tyres and might not have come in yet. But we've changed strategy. We're going to look after these tyres under safety car. We'll see what we can do. Unfortunately, I think it's Alonso and Verstappen ahead, and I know they've already pit. So it's up to us to make the on-track overtakes now.
Safety car in this lap, safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature, and remember there is no overtaking until the first safety car line. Stay in position until the green flags.
So safety car is in this lap, and it's going to be a 5-lap sprint to the finish of who wins this USA Grand Prix. I think everybody behind us is on the super soft, so we have the advantage here. It's whether we can make it pay, it's whether we can make the moves early enough. We've got to make the move on to Daniel Ricciardo into the first turn, you would imagine. Alonso has dropped back from Verstappen though, which is annoying, because he's been caught napping now, and Verstappen has bolted. But now we're right behind Daniel Ricciardo. Can we make the move?
1.8 seconds.
Into the first turn. We're having a little look. Oh, we'll make a little bit of contact, but we're through. It was a good move. A little bit of tyre-to-tyre contact, but nothing malicious there. Ooh, we went a little bit wide there though. Now we've got to make these tyres last to the end of the Grand Prix. We've got to make sure we get the advantage out of them early on here. Can we get past Räikkönen on this next straight? We need a good exit from this turn if we are going to. Alonso would have definitely finished second in this Grand Prix had we not had the safety car. It's such a shame, because I think Räikkönen by the end of the Grand Prix will have passed Alonso, and hopefully we will have as well. So maybe not a fairy tale podium for Alonso after all. Oh, look at this, Alonso goes to the left, we go more left, and now we're down the inside. Last of the late breakers, and we're through. A double overtake on Räikkönen and Alonso, and we're up into second position now. Ah, big lock-up. And now we're chasing after Max Verstappen for this race victory. What a move that was on Kimi Räikkönen and Fernando Alonso. Couldn't quite get to Verstappen, unfortunately. The tyres have gone off now because we've pushed so hard. And Räikkönen is actually right behind us, but I don't think he's going to have a chance of overtaking us unless we mess up one of these final corners. Speaking of which, Räikkönen is right there. And we do go a little bit wide, and Räikkönen's through. Räikkönen is through. And how important could this be for the championship? Verstappen wins. Räikkönen finishes second. We drop down to third on the final lap.
was a magnificent race and a drive right out of the top draw to take the win for Red Bull today. So, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
Without a doubt, the safety car changed everything today. The key to their success was keeping calm and reacting to the situation quickly. We've seen teams in the past throw away wins because they were too hesitant, but here they were decisive, and that's allowed them to take the advantage.
So here come our winning drivers today, and what a race it was. There's been a big push at the factory lately to get these cars ready, and we can see the fruits of that labour today as Red Bull lift the winner's trophy. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the Drivers' Table. The captain takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Well, I have to give it to Lewis Hamilton. You know, it was just the kind of drive you'd expect from a multiple world champion.
On to the constructors then. We saw a dip in form from the championship leaders today. Their lead has taken a significant blow. After all that excitement, it's time for a lie down, I think. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye until the next race.
So there we have it then, the American Grand Prix. Max Verstappen has won. Kimi Räikkönen finished second there at the end, and we finished third, with Ricciardo finishing just behind us in fourth. Vettel finishes fifth, Alonso sixth. Hamilton could only manage seventh in the end, which you know, could have a big impact on the rest of the championship. Sainz finishes 8th, Magnussen 9th, and Sergio Perez finishes in 10th. That all means we take a 2-point lead in the Drivers' Championship. So that means if Hamilton got past Alonso, it would have been level pegging. So that is the impact that it has had. Raikkonen's still technically in it, as is Verstappen and Vettel. If I DNF'd and Lewis DNF'd the next 3 races, and one of them 3 won all 3 races, then they would win it. But yeah, a very good race in the end. For us, I think we made the right decision to go on super softs. At the end of the day, that's what gave us the advantage during safety car. But then we fell behind Ricciardo, meaning we had to pass him on the restart. So perhaps you know, things could have went a little bit better for us, but finishing third after qualifying 11th yesterday, that is really special and very good to add this trophy to our collection. If you have enjoyed that, then make sure you do leave a like down below. It really does help me out. It means a lot to me as well. Subscribe for more F1 content, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.